Every family that steps into the world of big investments carries more than just capital. There's a storm beneath the surface, a tangle of hopes, fears, unspoken desires, and yes, secret agendas that nobody dares to admit out loud. It's not just about making money grow. It's about trying to control what can feel uncontrollable, trying to protect legacy while wrestling with the ghosts of doubt and ambition. That pressure crushes people silently. They ask themselves, am I doing this right? Who am I really investing for? Will this hold my family together or rip it apart? These questions don't just simmer. They burn, demanding answers that often hide behind polished reports and smiling faces. Behind every large family investment, there's a hidden battlefield, a struggle between preserving power and sharing it, between building something that lasts and chasing something immediate. Many founders and leaders step into this arena thinking that their biggest enemy is risk, market volatility, or competition. But the deeper, lonelier enemy is the unseen agenda inside the family itself, the fears of losing control, the desire to prove worth beyond dollars, the fragile need for respect from siblings, cousins, parents. There is a silent war waged in boardrooms and dinner tables alike, where love and money clash in ways few outsiders can understand. And when it's left unspoken, it grows like a virus, infecting trust, poisoning alliances, and tearing down empires from the inside. What's worse, people are told to keep these feelings buried. The professional mask demands rationality, discipline, detachment. But beneath that surface, souls bleed. The burden piles up. Stories of frustration because one voice dominates or because nobody speaks up at all. Suicides of passion prevent real growth, and hidden grudges quietly shape decisions. A founder's dream to create lasting wealth for the next generation can transform into a trap, a cage where heirs feel suffocated or lost. The very thing meant to unite becomes a wedge, a force pulling people apart, while the family wealth slips like sand through fingers. So what is the real story here? What secret forces drive a family's investment choices, far beyond spreadsheets, market trends, or financial models? The first truth is this: it's not just about money, it's about identity. Every move they make reflects a desperate attempt to build a narrative, a story that says, we are strong, we matter, we belong. This agenda is hidden because it's vulnerable. It's about ego, about unresolved family history, about unspoken promises made long ago. When an investment fails, it doesn't just hurt the bottom line, it threatens that fragile identity, that carefully crafted story which holds everyone together. Another hidden force is fear, not the obvious market risk, but the deep, personal fear of becoming irrelevant, invisible, or worse, forgotten. Families with great wealth have one common dread: what happens when the money runs out, but the meaning does too. The fatigue of endless responsibility, the weight of ancestors' expectations, the pressure to keep the family name alive, but without any real roadmap. This quiet terror shapes every decision, often more than logic ever could. But here's the brutal truth: clinging to old mentalities, trying to control everything, sticking rigidly to inherited ways, that's a trap. It turns potential into stagnation. It breeds mistrust, suspicion, and eventually collapse. The old scripts about preserving wealth often mean preserving silence, avoiding real conversations, and refusing to evolve. Many leaders don't realize their family's greatest threat isn't the market, it's the cracks in their own foundation that grow wider when ignored. Now imagine a different path, one where honesty breaks the silence, where family investment is not a battleground of hidden agendas, but a platform for radical transparency, a place where tough questions come first. Why are we truly investing? Whose voices are missing? Which fears are driving decisions without being named? This discomfort, while painful, unlocks a radical freedom, because only by casting light on hidden agendas can a family start to align real values with real actions. The rare and powerful secret to turning family investment into a force for lasting impact lies in building a new infrastructure, one that doesn't just deal with money, but reconnects people. The single most valuable asset a family office can cultivate is the relationship between its members, the ability to hold space for pain, for pride, for contradiction. This means developing new skills, listening to what is said and what is not said, acknowledging fragility without shame, and creating rituals and governance that invite participation instead of enforce rules. And here's something most don't realize. Sovereignty over money means sovereignty over soul. To lead a family office well, to truly upgrade what investment means, founders and investors must embrace their own liberation first. That means tearing down the false comfort of control, ditching the playbook handed down by previous generations, and daring to ask, what if our family money could serve who we are becoming, not just who we were? The power to break cycles lies in that question. It means design investing strategies not only for profits, but for growth of spirit, for freedom of choice, for resilience when everything feels uncertain. It means funding what scares the system: innovations, new ways of thinking, parallel economies, ideas outside the norm. Because true progress, the kind that outlasts a generation, is never polite or predictable. It is forged at the edge by those willing to be misunderstood, to risk rejection, but who refuse to settle for safe mediocrity. A professional family office does more than chase returns. It builds ecosystems of meaning around investments. It connects the family to mentors, to peers who operate beyond comfort zones, to visionary leaders who question the game itself. It designs experiences where legacy is not a burden, but a beacon for transformation. It sets long-term horizons measured not only in years, but in how many lives get elevated, how ecosystems heal, how future generations think differently because of today's choices. Those who understand this already know the old ways no longer work. They see the risks of isolation, the costs of ignoring emotional intelligence in investment decisions, the old illusion that capital alone can solve problems. They're hungry for a new kind of network, one that honors individuality and amplifies collective power. This network isn't about gathering many, but aligning the few who burn with purpose, who dare to be sovereign and patient, who question everything and redefine reality with every move. What's the cost if you don't face these hidden agendas? More than money, it's the crumbling of trust, the paralysis when crisis hits, the heartbreak of family members walking away broken, the bitter legacy that haunts generations. But the promise is bigger than fear. It's a promise that through radical self-awareness and deliberate connection, a family office can become a sanctuary for true collaboration and bold creation. A place where misaligned brilliance is turned into unstoppable power, where difference becomes strength, and where freedom isn't a word, but a lived reality. Every second spent ignoring this truth feeds dissatisfaction and stagnation. Every moment spent denying the emotional and relational dynamics inside the family office only deepens the fault lines. This is why the work must start now, because only those who dare to uncover and embrace these hidden agendas are truly ready to change the game, not just for their wealth, but for their soul. The few who get this will not just protect legacy, they will invent it, burning bright beyond borders and illusions, leading a radical new movement fueled by connection and courage. If the silence inside your family office screams louder than profits, if the routine no longer excites you, if you feel that restless tug to break free from a borrowed life, then listen close. The moment to act isn't tomorrow or next quarter, it's now. Dive into those hard questions. Invite the uncomfortable conversations. Build the infrastructure that honors wild, messy, beautiful individuality. Connect fiercely with those who dare to redefine what's possible. Stop preserving the past and start forging a future that doesn't just hold wealth, but truly sets free those who create it. Because in this challenge lies your greatest opportunity to transform family investment from a source of division into a wildfire of unity and power, to become the rare few who don't just follow the system, but who build the next world beyond it. The world is waiting. The question is, will your family be part of it, or just another echo lost to silence?